ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on, we thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today on Nerd Sports 97, we're going to go ahead and talk about jousting, the new competitive sport from the old days.
Dude, some of those videos too, like they get pretty wicked, man. They take it serious.
Oh yeah.
It gets brutal.
Yeah,
it's not jousting unless somebody is unless somebody recites the line, "You have been weighed, measured, and found wanting."
Found wanting. Yes.
You know, they actually the villain of that story. He did a recent, I guess, TV show or something like that, and he did that line. He's like, he did the last part. It's like, well, you're gonna be found wanting. And I was like, oh, I see you. I see you. I see what you did.
Just don't do the mountain thing and be a sore loser and cut your horse's head off because you lost.
Yeah.
That's generally frowned upon.
Now,
so in true fashion, would Nike sponsor somebody and have a swoosh stamped on their breastplate?
I wonder how much they got paid
sponsorship patches all over the.
I wonder how much they got paid for that, or if they got paid at all.
I'd be interested.
Yeah. So,
NASCAR. I know when I think Nike, I think
we overcame the not overcame, but the what's the word I'm looking for? We have witnessed the outlived usefulness of steel plating with the invention of the cannonball. So,
actually, it was crossbow bolt before that.
I don't know. I watched those videos where that guy got shot with a cannonball in the stomach, and I think the armor still might stink.
Anyway, so NASCAR news.
Oh no, Dave said something fucked up again.
Way to bring us down, David.
I mean, we don't want him, like, I don't know, infusing the show with any unnecessary moaning.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about with my balls coffee.
Unnecessary.
Don't do it. It's going to be a real short episode.
My balls coffee. This is my balls coffee. I broke off the balls and put on my coffee. Now it's more chocolatey.
All right, so this little button down on my lower right hand corner.
Oh god, that was tasty.
So he's
tasty.
He's gargling the balls now.
Okay, we're good.
That's where he gets all his power. So we'll just let him have that.
Oh, and he started wherever off the rails.
So the granddaddy of them all ran this past weekend, the Daytona 500. I watched that race from beginning to end, and you know what? That was a really entertaining race. I know that for the first, I don't know, half of the race, it was a lot of 2x2 racing, not a lot of passing. It was
pretty boring up until the end.
It was relatively No, it was relatively caution free. Well,
No, they had like the back end was all the entertainment of that, because on the back end.
again, I'm giving the, I'm
All right,
doing
fine. Okay.
the thing. So, maybe that lump.
Just because I watched something too, and I want to give my opinion. Go
Your
ahead.
opinion's coming
Master
later.
of all
That
the
hole
domain
under
of
your
the
nose,
sports.
connected to that lump 3 feet above your ass. I'm gonna need you to close that for just a few.
I am sorry, oh Lord of the sports.
Anyways, fucking. Um, with the exception of the stage breaks, there was no cautions up until the last stage when we had a couple of pretty spectacular wrecks. There was a
Spectacular?
lot-
That was Trobosis, man. It was freaking awesome.
Look, do you make $35 an hour? Then don't use $35 an hour words. Okay. There is nobody listening to this show that is going to look at you and go, you know what? He used a word with more than 3 syllables. I want to jump him. Okay. This is not the place to run your game, David. I'm just kind of putting that out there. But I appreciate and welcome everybody who actively participates in this show. Just, right now, the word Trebocious. I mean, dude, do you even know how to spell Trebocious?
No,
Without
but
looking
I'm actually wondering if it's actually a word, really.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Anyways,
He just
so
called himself out.
there was a lot of the manufacturers, at those restrictor plate tracks, the super speedways. There's a lot of marching orders handed down by the manufacturers. So Chevy wants Chevys to all pit together. Ford wants everybody to pit together. Toyotas are very authoritarian about having their teams pit together. He's looking it up and he's going to try to
I
spell
am
it.
looking it up.
He's going to try to justify it. It's not going to work. It's going to be something different.
Yeah. But so I mean it was interesting to see some of the strategies that were out there. Black Rifle Coffee had Travis Pastrana out there as their main sponsored driver. I mean, although they are secondary sponsors to a couple of other guys out there in the field, Martin Truex Jr. and Austin Dillon, and I believe Noah Gragson is
yes,
still sponsored by him, but because I know he's going full-time Cup racing this year, and I mean we got to see Jimmy Johnson back on the track, so that was kind of cool.
That was nice to see.
Yeah, Travis Pastrana led a couple of laps, albeit they may have been during the green flag pit cycle, but it was green flag laps nonetheless.
Hey, a lead is a lead, man. I'll take it.
Yeah, lead is a lead.
Because he was originally
even the
at
Danica
14th
Patrick fans
place.
of the world are clinging to that one lap she led in the Daytona 500 years ago when everything was under caution. She's the first woman to lead a lap, like it was under caution. I mean, all right. Anyways, but yeah, no, he finished the day originally scored in 14th. After they reviewed the final scoring loops and it's kind of sorted through the chaos. They moved him up to 11th, so he got a top 15 finish, which was great. And you would think that maybe this might open the door to some more Cup racing from Travis Pastrana, but he said this was it for him. He said, these guys are the best in the world at what they do, and he said he just wanted to, it was like a bucket list item for him. And Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan, owners of 2311 Racing, made that happen for him. So
it was kind of it was one of those things that when I was watching the all his interviews and everything, and I was thinking when I saw that, I was like, when is he gonna have time to do other things? Because he is stacked. I mean, he does Nitro Circus.
Yeah, he's booked out.
Yeah.
And I applaud the guy. And honestly, this had to be something that had been maybe a year or two in the planning, because NASCAR requires that you have a certification to drive on those tracks. Or at least in a live race. Just because of the speeds and the inherent dangers that are involved with plate racing like that.
Which we saw this weekend.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, you know how they say
they had to go to 3 overtimes.
They did. And we're going to get to that in just a second, but you know how they say, like, every time you step out into the car, you know, get into your car, the law of averages is catching up to you. You're either going to get a ticket or you're going to end up in a wreck, right?
Yeah.
It's not if you're going to get into a wreck at Talladega or Daytona, it's when.
And
what lap is it going to be in? And, you know, like Kyle Busch said at the end of the race, you know, I mean, he led the 500th mile of this race. And unfortunately, because of the overtime rules, he got caught up in a wreck during that last at the very, very end of the race. He said it's you know, it's just par for the course for those tracks, and it's not if he wrecks out, it's what lap is he gonna, you know, end up in the infield care center.
Yeah.
And you know, and I was right there towards the end of the race. You know, I mean, yeah, I've got 3 Fords parked out in the driveway, but, you know, I root for Chevy guys. I love Hendrick Motorsports. I just do. You know, so I was pulling for, you know, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott. I was pulling for all those guys. Chase Elliott not Chase Elliott. Kyle Larson was in it right up to the damn near end. In fact, he pushed Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to that win, and good for Ricky Stenhouse. I mean, this guy, he went from being just the golden child of what was then Roush Racing, Roush Fenway Racing, to really just kind of struggling to find a ride. And, you know, he lucked into with Doherty Racing. I mean, that's a single car operation. That's the only team that you know, the only car that team fields. And, you know, he went out and just absolutely made the right moves at the right time. I mean, this guy used to date, I think he was engaged to at one point, Danica Patrick, while she was racing with him. You know, they were competitors on the track, and they would go home at the end of her weekend.
I wonder if they had sex within the car.
What?
I wonder if they had sex in the NASCAR car. They did do that.
You know, those cars run about $650,000, and it's barely comfortable enough in the seat that's molded for you.
Yes, yeah, I know people that had sex on $1 million fucking piano, but still,
those seats don't fold, and they barely have room for the steering wheel right up to your chest. Like, come on, man.
Dude,
where are you going to sit to be able to? Okay, where are you even going to fit?
Okay, the amount of bracings, roll bars, oil coolers, fuel.
All I'm hearing is like grips for movement.
All I'm hearing.
Okay, I've seen people have sex doing rock climbing. I've seen people doing like skydiving.
How much room do you have when you're skydiving and rock climbing?
Insurance liabilities alone surrounding one of those race cars is worth more than the $1 million piano. It's worth more than the trip up the side of the mountain and hanging a tent off of the side of said mountain.
All I'm hearing is, why haven't we done it ourselves?
Well, because I don't own a fucking race car, David.
You know what? You could borrow one.
No.
I mean, I'll help you borrow one. I'm that kind of friend.
No, like there's, you know, Chris, help me out here. There are certain things in this world that are sacred and should remain sacred, like baseball diamond,
Yes,
or
it must
the
remain
parade
sacred.
field or the parade field at the National Infantry Museum.
Yes.
The inside of another man or woman's race car is their office.
That would be like fucking your best friend's mom. Like it's you could do it probably, but you don't. That's just there's some places you don't go.
It's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
No. It might even be an amazing ride. But no.
You have to go with an amazing ride.
Never ever without permission. If there was permission,
It's like those people
the
that
conversation
when they're in fucking space. I mean, it's something to do. It's a bucket list that you can't like. It's that whole thing. It's like, well, I had sex in an airplane. Well, I had sex in a NASCAR. I
That's
had
not really all that much.
on the fucking
joining the Mile
Sputnik
High Club
shit.
is not all that hard to do anymore, considering that there's a private jet company in Vegas that charters specifically for that reason.
Yeah, no.
But
So,
honestly, like that,
It's about $7,000 though.
That's not the brag that it used to be.
Don't ask how I know that, but
it's good for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And winning the race in Daytona, he did it true Florida fashion. Even though he's from Olive Branch, Mississippi, he did it in true Southern boy fashion. He took that 49-pound Harley J. Earl Daytona 500 championship trophy and ate at the fucking
Waffle House.
Waffle House. And what's better is he walked in with this fucking trophy. He walked in, set it down, looked up at the counter, and started to get that, is this fucking happening? Look, before somebody finally said, hey, did you just win the race? And he's like, yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, of course I knew you all along. It's like, no, he was in there for like a good minute and a half before somebody even said anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, even if they don't recognize who he is off the bat, when you walk in with this fucking, like you said, 40-pound trophy, this thing is, he had to have somebody hold the door for him. Like, it's not insignificant.
Yeah.
That's going to catch my eye when you walk in the door.
Yeah, it's like the size of a 90s small TV, and it's that heavy.
Yeah, it's like a smart car.
This was like the 70
wrong on that one,
or the 67th running of the Daytona 500. He's only the 46th different driver to win that race.
That'd be like meeting the president.
If you were watching the race at the very end, I mean, they said it. I mean, they Tony Stewart and Clint Boyer said it perfectly. This is a life-changing win.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't matter if he does anything else for the rest of his career. He is a Daytona 500 champion.
He could retire today. And you
not going to.
I won the Daytona. Like, period.
Now, here's the rub. The car that he won that race in is going to be kept at Daytona and put on display for the next year. JT Doherty Racing will not get that car back until the very next Daytona 500 in February next year.
Why did they do that?
So
people can come and see the race. That is quite literally the world center of racing.
Well, I get that, but you got a winning car. Why don't you use the winning car on the other fucking tracks?
If there's anything that you could say that comes close to, well, that's the price you pay for winning. That's the price you pay for winning that race.
I would have a hissy fit.
It's a double-edged sword.
Johnny getting some off-camera action, talking about other stuff.
Anyway, yes, I mean, good for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's just been like sneaky good enough at these tracks where he's been there at the end for a few of these races. The fact his last victory came, I think he said, was 2017 at Daytona for the July race. So he knows how to win at these tracks. And, this is the one race where everybody is on equal footing because from the time that race is over to the time that the speed weeks start up the following year, race teams are, I mean, they've got a crew of guys dedicated to figuring out a car to win the Daytona 500. And so, you know, I'm happy for the guy. I was glad that it wasn't Joey Logano that won, because I can't stand that dude. You know, speaking of Joey Logano, he's been outspoken as being a person who has alopecia, right?
The fuck's alopecia?
He's like bald, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
like
Why does he just say
head
he's
to toe,
fucking
you're
bald?
completely
Well,
unable. No,
here's the
you're
thing.
unable
That's
to
a
grow hair.
$35 word that we don't need in our vocabulary.
No, you're not able to grow
Now-
any hair. This is bald.
You know, if anybody from the racing community hears this show and they hear this comment, or if it gets clipped or whatever, I'm going to catch hell for it. I don't really care. I'm not a Logano fan. I'm just not. I don't care. I am very surprised that when he came out to Daytona this year, that the Hair Club for Men were not the biggest sponsor on his car, because they were the biggest sponsor on his head. I mean, there was absolutely a head full of hair on that guy's head this past weekend. If you look at footage of him doing the Xfinity races last year in the booth, homeboy, I mean, he did not have a receding hairline. He had a progressing hairline. And I mean, it was coming from the back going forward, right? Well, no. And unlike Chris's attempt with that filter over the weekend, Fox does not have the technology to put that beautiful of a head of hair on somebody's head during a live shot.
There was nothing beautiful about what that stupid filter did to me.
Bro,
that was a travesty.
I'm gonna have to check out that filter.
I had conflicted feelings about what that did to you. I mean,
you did. I didn't think I felt.
I had visions of Joe Pesci from Home Alone 2 in my head.
Now I have to check this shit out.
Oh my god! I'm surprised it hasn't popped up on you yet. I'll send it to you, David.
Well, that's because I'm active on your feed.
See, unlike some other friends that I have, that
yeah, I mean,
check out your shit, everyone.
We're not going to say anything, but you know, I mean,
see how he automatically assumed that I was talking about him.
Yeah, because
that's a guilty conscience, is what that.
It's not guilty. It's because I know I'm in
it's
I'm in your frontal lobe of your thoughts.
Okay.
You literally think about me I mean, I make your
usually
bedtime
normally
a little bit better.
You call them thoughts. In the therapist community, that's called trauma.
Well, still, I'm in your frontal lobe of your thoughts.
It's also called derangement syndrome, and your own Republican president here.
I didn't say it was good or bad.
Rob
okay,
Reiner
I just said I was in his thoughts constantly.
Rob Reiner on Twitter is absolutely gold, dude. I mean, the guy does not talk about anything except Donald Trump every day, and I'm sitting there going, God, you know, the only reason I follow the guy, two reasons. One, he directed When Harry Met Sally. Love that movie. Yeah, come at me, bro. I don't care. And two, it's for the pure comedic value. I mean, aside from Elon Musk, who just brings it on a cerebral level, I mean, watching Rob Reiner on Twitter is, I mean, it would be like
I ready to get my brother on this fucking podcast.
It would be like watching the Special Olympics, man. You're full of hope. You're full of like some kind of mixed emotion of pride, but at the end of the day, you're laughing. It just pure, unadulterated laughing. Yeah. Well, no. Okay. You know what? Let me retract that whole Special Olympics thing. We're not going to mention any names, but their initials start with an X. And I know Chris knows where I'm going with this. It's like watching people who throw shade at you have it come back on them.
It is the sweetest of karmic vengeance.
You know, and I discussed,
and being able to watch it from this side of that line. Oh
yeah,
yes, Picasso.
It's. I mean, I don't believe in karma because it's a Buddhist principle, but the universe balances itself because God has a sense of humor.
Listen, the universe is a self-correcting space.
Yes. Yeah.
However you believe that it happens, it is self-correcting in whatever.
To put it into terms that other people may understand, God has a range card. Okay, if he lets Private Joe Snuffy start messing with the T&E and he starts pulling it off the pre-plotted points, God's gonna come in and be like, "Don't you know how to win?" And he's gonna move it over and he's gonna lock it down and he's gonna weld that T&E in place and he's gonna just be like,
"Stay in your lane.
Only pull the trigger when you are told."
It is the ultimate stay in your lane.
Yes. So move your selector switch from safe to semi and scan your sector. God, I miss those days. Anyways,
feel funny.
So let me see here. In hockey news, really quick, the Bruins are still tearing it up. We've got, oh my God. They were the first team to 90 points.
Ooh.
And apparently the NHL's where it is, where webpage. Okay, so they were the first team to 40 wins. They're now 43, 8, and 5. They're at 91 points. They've won their last 4 games. The closest team as far as record is going to be concerned is going to be the Carolina Hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, is it the Carolina Hurricanes or is it the Carolina Storm? Yeah, Carolina Hurricanes. They're 38, 10, and 8. They've got 84 points.
No.
They've won their last 4. And for those of you in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, fans of the Dallas Stars, your Dallas Stars are at 30, 16, and 12 at 72 points. They've lost their last 2 games. Yeah.
But they are leading their division.
Yeah, they're leading their division. Of course, then again, so are the Vegas Golden Knights.
34 and 18.
Yeah. Which is a better record than the Stars. And they're a point better.
And they are a point better. You are correct.
And apparently they are on a 1-game draw streak. So yeah, there's that whole thing. Yeah, good times. Let me see here. Oh, Brittany Griner cut his hair, re-signed with the failing WNBA club that
What is it? The LA, I want to say the LA Sparks, but that doesn't sound right.
I don't even want to give the WNBA's website the traffic, but I will just so that way nobody else has to.
You just doubled their viewership for the day.
Yeah. Oh, the Phoenix Mercury re-signed Brittany Griner.
That's Phoenix.
Yeah. You know, I keep hoping that Brittany Griner is going to go for a fast break down the court and actually, you know, like slam it down for a dunk and do something really like just explosive for that league. And then when she lets go of the brim and slams down on her feet, her pecker falls out of her shorts.
I was gonna say her balls fall out.
You know, and then you know you're going to have the honorable Barack Hussein Obama sitting on the side, you know, on side, you know, courtside seats, and he's going to look and he's going to see a little pecker hanging out of her shorts, and he's going to be like, "I get that reference." Right, Michael? I mean, Michelle.
Look, hers is even larger than yours. Yep, it's gonna get us canceled for sure.
Huh? Some kind of sunbathing routine.
What?
Fuck? Are you?
Kristen, okay. This is the reason why I bring this up. Too, it's a fucking reference to Johnny's favorite team. Tristan Casa irked Red Sox veterans in 2022 with pregame sunbathing routine.
It's Tristan Casas.
Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
But James Paxton, who was the stud of the Seattle rotation a couple of years ago, who the Red Sox got during the hot start during the trade deadline, or well, actually no, it was a free agency pickup, is finally starting to throw fucking bullpen sessions for the Red Sox in Fort Myers. Great, awesome. I mean, the guy spent 2.5 years getting his elbow reconstructed. He better bring it. That's all I'm trying to say. Chris Sale is he's already he came back. He reported early. He was like, I've got a lot of people that I need to really make it up to, you know, kind of a thing, because he did not bring his A game last year. He came back from Tommy John surgery and pitched like 2 games before going back out with a elbow injury. Yeah. Actually, I'll give this one. Okay. There we go. But yeah, pre-game sun tanning routines, I don't really care about. Let the rookie do what the rookie's going to do. Shave his head, do something to him, play a prank on him in the dugout, call him meat all season. I really don't care. As long as he performs and does his job to the level of expectation that was placed upon him for not only being one of the top 5 hot prospects in the farm league from, you know, across the nation, but you know, the fact that they're putting him in over there at first base, he better perform. I'm talking about defensively. I'm talking about with his bat. And if he's on the base paths, you better make some smart base running decisions, because I promise you, if he decides that he wants to start trying to like come up with some kind of mid-season struggle, the Boston fan base is going to absolutely ruin this kid.
Yeah. They will hurt his feelings early enough.
Do we have any other sports news? Because it's pretty dry until like April.
Well,
we have some speculations for the NFL
Rangers went out and spent big money over the offseason. They got Nathan Eovaldi from the Red Sox. They got who else? Who else did they get? Oh, hold on a second. Let me pull this up here.
Why he's doing that. The other thing that's came up is a lot of the NFL teams is getting new stadiums. I mean, it's the best news I got from.
The only stadium that I'm remotely interested about, and now I talked about it with you on the phone, David, is the Tennessee Titans new stadium, because the same architects that designed Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas are you know, drew up the plans for the new Titans stadium. And remember how I told you that if Aaron Rodgers went anywhere, it would be to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. That stadium looks
He
bad.
Came out of his darkness retreat after only 4 days, and we are going to soon hear what his future decisions are going to be, like whether he's going to stay with the Packers, retire, or go to Las Vegas.
Dude, the videos and the TikToks that I've seen that are just lambasting him about that darkness retreat have just been gold.
Yeah,
it's been so entertaining.
I mean,
Tom Brady.
It's one thing. It's one thing that Tom Brady went through the changes and the progressions that he did during his career.
I mean, he's retiring again for what, a year?
No, he officially filed his paperwork with the NFL front office. He is retired as a player.
Yeah.
And
deja vu all over again.
Well, no, he's retired as a player. So what he's going to do is he's going to take a year off, and then next year he's going to be in the booth with Fox. So he's going to be in the booth. He's going to be he's going to be a broadcaster. But I mean, everybody gave Tom Brady a bunch of crap for, keto this or the juice diets that, or the fads, the long hair, the scruffy face. But the guy was putting up numbers. He was putting up Super Bowls, MVPs, score, touchdown. It just
he was produced.
He's putting up records. Aaron Rodgers,
it's touch yet.
He's got one Super Bowl. I think he's got one MVP. And I mean, the only thing, and I really don't think that it's even close, even in this category. The only thing that Aaron Rodgers has multiples of is girlfriends / fiancés.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yep.
So, look for the Rangers. Like I was trying to say earlier, look for the Rangers to make some noise this year. I mean,
I sure hope so.
DeGrom. They got Jacob DeGrom from the Mets.
Yep, he just started throwing pitches actually today, I think.
Yeah. Let me see here. They've got, where's their roster? 40-man roster. Okay. So we're gonna do. What was that? All right. Let me see here. Outfielders, pitchers. Okay, here we go. Jacob DeGrom, Nathan Eovaldi. They got John Gray, Jonathan Hernandez, Zach Kent. He's pretty decent. Jose Leclerc, he was pretty good. Jake Odorizzi, they picked him up from the Guardians, I think. Martin Perez, he was solid for them last year. I mean, they've got 3 or 4 studs in their their pitching staff, and those are all starters. So
yeah, they're better stacked in the pitching staff now than they have been in previous years. Whether they can actually capitalize on that and whether the bats will back them up is a question that remains to be seen.
Yeah,
because that's always been an issue. Is it's either one or the other with the Rangers. You can't have it both.
Yeah, I just texted Colin. Yeah, because I know that it's a slow week. But
I mean, we could talk about a sport that one of my coworkers said that they found.
Oh, hold that thought.
I'll send it to Chris. Oh, wait.
What's up, my guy?
Hi. Feels weird were doing the show on a Thursday.
Yeah, well, we were traveling on Monday, and yeah, Tuesday, everybody else was working, and yeah. So, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Having been expelled from the halls of Valhalla for the raunchy nature of his humor, deemed too dark for even the grittiest of warriors, we bring forth into your ear holes and your eye holes, depending on what platform you choose to be digesting this content with, the pleasure, the honor, the despair, and the bane that is Joke Time with Colin.
When we can jump the highest, emo kids. And then we're still in the air.
What?
Did you hear what he said, Chris?
Say that one more time.
He said, who can jump the highest? Emo kids. A few of them are still in the air.
Wow. See, that's cheating though, because they're assistant.
Hold on. Speak up, Colin.
Why'd the Bullet lose his job? He got fired.
Oh, okay. So that was
That was
okay. You're gonna have to bring the sauce, dude. Finish strong.
What do you call? What do you call a pregnant slave?
No.
Oh my God.
Ceasefire on that one.
What
Ceasefire on that one. Find another joke, dude. Find another joke.
What the fuck?
This is me pulling the dad card.
He immediately said no. No.
Yeah. Find a different joke.
Somewhere between pregnant slave and bullet cut fire.
No. Because we're recording right now. Come on, guy.
I'm looking for one.
We need the Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
You can edit that.
Guys, everybody.
We don't have that much of a good editing. Why is your editing so shut? Oh, because the producer's a fucking lazy motherfucker. I think after this, I'm gonna. Well, no.
A group of transgender women. The X-Men.
Oh God.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
I'll allow that one. Yeah.
Solid finish there, Colin. Solid.
Society works. Yeah.
That's way to bring it home.
That's a joke or the truth? I don't know.
Oh my God.
The best jokes have
Ladies
a
and
little
gentlemen,
grain of
once
truth.
again, genetic proof, forensic evidence that I will be denied access to the halls of Valhalla because my offspring has already been there. He left them crying, scared, curled up in the fetal position, sucking their thumbs. You have been privy and privileged to experience yet another episode of Joke Time.
So you're gonna get the rest of that other joke, the veto joke, and tell us off air, right? Because now I'm curious.
Yeah, now I'm curious.
I gotta know how that one finishes. I really want to go see Cocaine Bear. Dude, Cocaine Bear, and then the one
The
that you
machine,
sent me
yeah.
today for the machine. That one looks amazing.
Yes.
I'll admit, I'm a total Mark Hamill fanboy though. So just the fact that
Okay.
he's in it.
So my wife
Yeah.
just walked in and she hands me her phone and she's getting, like you get those like spam texts or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Are you still online with Colin?
yeah, Colin's still here.
Okay.
Can we put phone numbers out on our show? I mean, it's probably a spam number anyway, so
yeah.
okay.
As long as it's not doxing somebody, I don't care.
No,
No,
yeah.
no, it's not doxing anybody. 805, everybody write this down. 805 776 3257. Just randomly texted my wife, said hello, and she replies, "Who is this?" And she says, "I'm Beth." She's like, "Beth who?" "Beth Flight." I don't know what Beth Flight, neither does she. She goes, "I have an offer for you, but only if you're single."
Of course she said yes.
And she goes, "I don't know a Beth Flight. And how the hell did you get my number?" She goes, "I've had it in my phone for a while."
Go for broke. See if you get
Oh,
any
dude,
cash.
absolutely, 100%. Yes.
I mean, more get paid.
Single AF, a capital AF.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
goes, "But my sugar daddy is wanting me to find a new baby for him." Y'all,
Yes.
we've got to
Oh
spam
my
this number.
God.
What
Yes.
is this? What is this? Hold on.
805 776
Hold on.
3257.
Fuck, as soon as I got my phone and everything, my dad texted me shit. Okay, what is it again?
805 776 3257.
What is it?
One more time, David. 805 776 3257. For those of you who like the phonetic numbers.
Okay, I got it.
I made the voice.
Oh,
That is very interesting.
Never would talk dirty to me.
And I just texted, "Hi, how are you?"
and I heard your sugar daddy's looking for a new baby. An Angry Faithful, Angry Nation, please, by all means, feel free
Please,
to wear this number out.
What we need to do is send this guy a video of David eating his present.
David,
I'm all right with that.
send the link, make it happen.
that needs to happen.
All right, bud. Give brother a hug for me. I love you guys.
Love you.
Laters.
Laters.
Colin is going to get on it too, I bet you.
Good. He gets to send all the veto jokes to him.
Yes.
There you go. What do you call a pregnant slave? Whoa! No.
Whoa,
No.
back that shit up. Back
Massive
that shit
red
up.
flag on the
Slowly.
plate.
Slowly.
No.
Slowly.
Can we have something that's between pregnant slave and benign dad joke? I still.
I got who's this?
I just texted him from my laptop. I heard you're looking for a new baby for your sugar daddy.
Because you know it's dude, and you know he's Indian.
Do it, Chris. Send it. Ah.
We should all send the same thing. Heard you were looking for a new baby for your sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm.
See, though, I don't want him to grab my phone number and start putting me on all different lists and shit, and then I'll start getting a bunch of other spam shit.
Oh, that's what the block button is for.
I get enough as it is.
So okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if there's a meme out here.
So, okay, you've seen that gif of the giraffe that's sucking on the fence pole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send that to him and say this is just a brief
Precursor.
example of what I bring to the table.
Oh yeah, don't just send nudes because it's still illegal in Texas.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's very much a felony. That's
So
what I
I don't
say.
know if I can send that video.
It's not a nude. You're fully clothed.
just because the penis is made out of chocolate doesn't mean anything. All right. Let me see.
Yeah, legally, that's not revenge porn because otherwise it would be a felony. to send it to.
Okay. You have to be a guy if you can't even spell sugar right.
Said you spelled sugar right.
Damn it.
Not gonna lie, my dyslexia hit up pretty hardcore.
Wow.
You had one job.
I did have
Oh God, that's
At least I fell downward, not upward.
Did they actually say I can tell you're a guy because you couldn't even spell sugar right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
to say English isn't my first language.
Oh boy.
I sent them the video.
Oh my God.
It'd be really funny if we were like he ended up, it's like, dude, I don't know who you gave my number out to, but I've been getting like shit tons of fucking messages and everything. Fuck you,
Like all
man.
these chicks are throwing themselves at me now, man.
Fuck
I
you.
want to be like, I wish there was a meme out there, you know, Christopher Plummer from Star Trek. Let's see, what is it? 6, The Undiscovered Country, where he's the Klingon and he's taunting Kirk, right? He's like, "Cry havoc, and let's flip the dogs of war."
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh,
Well,
I'm so happy that this happened.
I am too. This is fun. We should make this a new segment, like just
Fuck with spammers.
yeah. Like,
I mean, that's how I get, dude. I still get that fucking.
Who's going to spam the spammers?
I still get that. What do you call it? Photo of this one messing with scammers and everything every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I watch those. There's a few different people that do that, but
no, I did it one time. Well, I did it one time, and it went viral.
Oh, nice.
So they replied to me, says you spelled sugar right, and I said, well, I'm not a guy. Sugar and spice and everything nice here.
Fuck you. It's almost as bad as I troll.
Speaking of trolling, David, did you ever tell Johnny about the idea that we had a couple episodes about the cult culinary tour that we want to do?
That was last episode, and yes, I figured this shit out. Okay, what I'm thinking about doing is making segments, and first segment's gonna be like me underneath a blanket and everything, eating beans. It's like, I went to this cult and everything, and their food's kind of terrible, and all they gave me is like a can of beans. Well, I guess I got to go up and get my soul cleansed. I don't know why he has to use his penis, but he's going to use his penis to cleanse my soul. But I'm going to just do like,
no, I already
like
no,
that.
we're not. No, those aren't the kind of cults that I want to crash.
Yeah, I know. It's so hard to find new cults like that anymore. No, I mean they're probably out there.
We need to I still think that we need to get a hold of some of these like online companies and ask them to send us their product in exchange for a just a comedy gold review. We're talking on the level of the sugar-free Haribo gummy bears.
I was actually thinking about that too.
Yes. That
I was thinking of I honestly, I was thinking of doing like I had this thought of doing like, the sex stuff reviews, like with the blue pill, and you go back in the room and you're like, come back and it's like 4 hours later. It went down like 5 minutes. I forgot to do
Whoever this is, just ask me if I have
do what?
Whoever this is, just ask me if I have a Snapchat.
Oh God, it's one of those.
No.
Who uses Snapchat anymore?
I mean, besides for filters, but wait.
And yeah,
I'm trying to think.
Snapchat's little bitches.
What is the name of that website with like just the most jacked up stuff?
Crazy shit.
Oh, are you talking about the one for Muffin Man?
No. I want to send whoever this is a link and to say, I don't, but here's my page.
It's got to be one of those bit URLs that doesn't actually say, yeah.
There was a pumpkin one my sister sent me. Was all it was people with hernias.
Oh,
that's why you don't click on random things, David. That's why you get dicks in the mail.
Yes.
Is it a bad thing?
Do you want a dick in the mail? Because that's how you get dicks in the mail.
Is it a bad thing?
Apparently not for you. I could hear your happy squeals all the way down here.
I haven't gone through my I haven't gone through my four part. I only gotten like one person container.
Oh, have you seen the new trailer for this Mario Brothers movie coming out?
Yeah,
it's got the plumbing. It looks like a plumbing commercial, right? Not kidding you. Call the number on the side of the van.
No.
It's a number that works.
Well, they do that. I mean, there was a number on
the side of the
for Thor comic book Thor comics. It's now discontinued, but for a while there you could call the number that was in the comics, and it'll be like the guy that voices Tony Stark or Iron Man for the cartoon series. He did the voices like, I can't believe Thor gave out my damn number on this fucking hammer, on his hammer. And you can call it. And
really?
Yeah. For a while there, it just all kinds of fun they do now. Because you can create.
You remember CJ Wilson? He used to pitch for the Rangers a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He pranked Ian Kinsler one year when they were doing their back-to-back World Series losses. He gave out Ian Kinsler's phone number, and Ian Kinsler went and it was Mike Napoli, I think. Anyway, they went and they had to go get their number changed because like the phone was ringing off the hook at like 3 a.m.
That's awful.
That's
awful. Not funny, but it's hilarious. It really is.
I'm just like,
that's online with one of those where they do they make up the fake posters. Chewbacca sound-alike contest. Call this number and leave a voicemail.
I know someone's number gets leaked a lot, and he has to change his number constantly.
I really, really want to make a joke, but I'm going to be nice and not do it for legal reasons.
Is that where the line
Johnny,
is?
Johnny, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly where I want to go with that, but for legal reasons, I better not. Let's just say it's coming up on change number 4 in 2 years. All I'm gonna say.
But there's best lives being lived in somewhere.
Somewhere. Not
Somewhere.
there, but it's somewhere.
Is it? Yeah, it is 4. What when he was talking about it was 4.
Well, boys.
I guess this.
Sent them just a little bit too hard. I'm gonna stand in the door. I'm gonna punch out. I've got to get ready for work. I got to be there.
So you gotta pop smoke here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna high crawl, low crawl. I'm up. He sees me. I'm down. 3 to 5 second rush. Yep.
Well, everybody, that's the end of episode 97 for Nerd Sports. Yeah. I'm David Dickerman.
3 weeks we're gonna be at 100. I'm Johnny Skeleton.
Yeah.
And I am Chris Jacka.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.